Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you're a young professional just kicking off your career, trying to navigate that whole crazy maze of earning, saving, and just living, I want you to take a deep breath. Seriously, we are absolutely not doing a dry textbook finance lecture today. Instead, we're just going to have a real conversation about securing your peace of mind. As a financial advisor, I see so many people stressing out over money. But today, we're looking at exactly how to build a financial safety net that literally changes how you experience your life and your career.
So what does true financial peace actually cost? It's kind of wild, isn't it? It's this one thing we all desperately want to figure out, yet nobody teaches us the basics of money when we're young. Personal finance just isn't in the standard curriculum. You're handed a paycheck and basically expected to magically know what the heck to do with it. But figuring this out, taking the wheel and seeking out this knowledge yourself is the absolute key to living a truly free, empowered life.
Okay, let's dive into this. When we talk about true wealth in your 20s or early 30s, we are not talking about mega yachts or, closets full of designer clothes. We are talking about becoming cozy rich. I absolutely love that term. It's the kind of life where you feel totally free, secure, and just really supported by how you handle your money. It's really about how much of your money you keep, not just how much you earn.
Now, to get to that cozy rich state, you've got to follow the absolute bedrock rule of personal finance. Pay yourself first. Honestly, if you only remember one thing today, let it be this. Every single time money hits your account, before you pay your landlord, before you pay for Netflix or whatever, you give a portion to future you. Even if you can only swing like $5 right now. Listen, $5 is infinitely better than zero. This one simple habit is the absolute foundation of building a rich, secure life.
So where exactly do we start? $1,000. Research actually shows that most people don't even have this amount saved up for an emergency. So I'm urging you to make this your very first financial milestone. Look, life is going to happen. Your pet might suddenly need surgery, or bam, you get hit with an unexpected $800 mechanic bill right on the way to work. Having a separate savings account with just this initial $1,000 stashed away, it immediately stops a minor hiccup from turning into a major financial disaster.
And once you hit that first milestone, we transition to the big leagues. The ultimate long-term goal of the emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Hitting this benchmark, this is what truly unlocks your safety net. Because at this point, it isn't just about covering broken down cars anymore. This is about buying yourself the absolute freedom to make bold life decisions. When you have this safety net under you, you can safely walk away from a toxic job, or finally take that leap to pursue a creative business without risking your livelihood.
And this brilliantly illustrates that the whole 3 to 6 month rule isn't exactly a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Your personal risk factors, specifically how stable your income is, dictate exactly how big your safety net needs to be. Like if you've got a super stable government job, aiming for the lower end, around 3 months, might be perfectly fine. But if you're a self-employed freelancer with, unpredictable, fluctuating income, you definitely need a larger buffer. You're aiming for 6 to even 12 months of expenses just to ensure absolute peace of mind during those inevitable slow periods.
Your debt levels play a massive role here too. If you're carrying heavy debt, we're talking large car loans or a hefty mortgage, well, you have significant monthly obligations that do not hit the pause button just because you lose your income. Therefore, carrying significant debt requires a longer runway, again, in that 6 to 12-month range. On the flip side, if you're rocking minimal debt, you have way more flexibility in planning this fund, which lets you prioritize other awesome financial goals a lot sooner.
So how do we calculate your magic number? Well, you need to grab your expenses and split them into 2 buckets, fixed and variable. Fixed expenses are your bare-bones survival costs, rent, utilities, groceries, and minimum debt payments. Variable expenses are the things that fluctuate, dining out, entertainment, hobbies, your subscriptions. To find your target, calculate your average monthly fixed costs, plus those essential variable costs over the last few months, and just multiply that by your target number of months. Boom, that is your exact emergency fund goal. Let's move to and see how this builds. Let's turn this into an actionable strategy. It's called the reverse budget. See, most people spend their money and then kind of just cross their fingers, hoping there's something left over to save at the end of the month. The reverse budget completely flips the script. First, you identify your monthly savings goal. Second, you set up automatic transfers. Third, you treat those transfers into your savings account exactly like a fixed expense, just like your rent. You make saving proactive, not reactive. It's a total game changer.
Now, building this fund is definitely a marathon, not a sprint, but you can for sure speed up your pace. First, automate it. Seriously, set it up so you don't even have to think about it. Second, audit your spending. Trim those sneaky, silent, recurring subscriptions you forgot you even had. Third, maybe explore some side hustles. Freelance writing, selling crafts, whatever gets that cash flow moving a bit faster. And finally, optimize. Park that emergency fund in a high-yield savings account, so your money is actually...
Okay, as your career progresses and your income starts growing, I need to warn you about a very insidious trap: lifestyle creep. Some folks call it lifestyle inflation. This happens when your increased income simply leads to increased spending on non-essentials. Like suddenly feeling you need to lease a luxury SUV just because you got a promotion, but without any corresponding increase in your saving or investing. It is a trap that catches so many high-earning young professionals. Your standard of living just rises to meet your income, completely stalling your progress toward true wealth.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how subtle the red flags are. It's not usually like buying a literal mansion that derails you. It's the small, seemingly harmless choices. Notice the warning signs here. Are you saving a smaller percentage of your income even though you just got a raise? Are you suddenly upgrading items that were perfectly good enough yesterday? Are you piling on premium subscriptions or, worst of all, pausing those automatic transfers we just set up? Collectively, these little choices quietly drain your bank account.
And a major driver of this lifestyle creep, the comparison trap, fueled heavily by social media. It is so ridiculously easy to see a peer's flashy new car or luxury vacation and feel like you need to upgrade too. But remember this, true wealth is your net worth, not your appearances. A designer bag or a shiny new car just means someone spent money. Social media is highly curated, and honestly, it's often financed by heavy debt. You've got to anchor your financial decisions in your own values, not in chasing someone else's curated highlight reel.
Because if you can successfully protect your money from that lifestyle creep, you unlock the ultimate long-term reward, compound interest. Compound interest is literally the process where the interest you earn on your money starts earning interest itself. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It is absolutely your best friend, but only if you start right now. By keeping your expenses low and automatically investing the surplus, compound interest will eventually do the heavy lifting for you, turning small, consistent contributions in your 20s into something incredibly massive over time.
And that brings us to the ultimate evolution of the safety net. It's known as the FIRE movement. Financial independence, retire early. It's this incredible personal finance phenomenon where individuals aggressively save, often 50% or more of their income, and invest it. The goal? To accumulate enough assets so that compound interest and passive income cover all living expenses forever. It completely removes the need for traditional employment. Basically, your emergency fund eventually transforms into lifetime financial independence. How cool is that?
So, the crucial point is, personal finance is not just some boring math exercise on a spreadsheet. It is really about drastically reducing your anxiety. It's about gaining the security to pursue your passions, the freedom to just walk away from unfulfilling situations, and the total peace of mind to live life entirely on your own terms. When you master your budget and dodge lifestyle creep, money stops being a source of stress and becomes an incredibly powerful tool for your freedom.
I'll leave you with one final question to chew on. When will you schedule your first monthly money date? Awareness is always the first step to change. I'm challenging you to pull up your calendar right now, block out some time at the beginning of next month, review your accounts, track your spending, and start prioritizing your actual freedom over your appearances. Trust me, your future cozy rich self will absolutely thank you for taking action today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.